Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here on this beautiful money making Tuesday. Here with Pick Dawgz Morning Show, man. Y'all know we're live 365 days a year. Let you guys know our thoughts, our opinions, and how we see the day's action playing out. Today we have 15 games from Major League Baseball, 5 games from the WNBA, 20 games in total. You add in the totals, that makes plenty of money making opportunities, man. And I got a great crew of guys here to help us break it down on this beautiful money making Tuesday. The franchise players here, per usual. Franchise, what's happening? How you doing?
Okay, yeah, fortunately off the losing day yesterday, 1-2, but I feel like the reads are right. It was just that our guys let us down. JP, Sears is back in liquidation mode. Sandy, becoming Sandy of what we've seen for most of the season, but the Brewers coming through. So play today. Appreciate it, Milwaukee. We try to run it back and try to do it all again today, but get some money to be made. So ready to break down the card, make some money with y'all.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Brad wins bets. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Doing good, man. Doing good. I was with Chris. Brewers were the play yesterday. Didn't really love yesterday's slate, but ended up being a pretty nice day. So ready to keep it going today. Let's get it.
Let's do it. I was on the other side of y'all. I had the Braves as my play of the day. I don't know, man. I felt the spot. I was sharp chasing. I was sharp chasing. Milwaukee hot as hell. Atlanta's a poverty franchise. And
it is going to end soon. It just wasn't against Eric Fetty,
Yeah, I know. And that's why I was sharp chasing.
Yeah.
That's I knew I was sharp chasing. He didn't even pitch that bad.
He didn't. No. He gave up a 3-run. He gave up that bomb, that 3-run homer. But other than that, he was pretty solid.
It's all good. We'll talk about how we see that game and the rest of the series playing out. Brian B here on a Money Making Tuesday. What's happening, Brian? How are you?
Oh, no, I was just reading a comment from my good buddy Romanelli talking about my background. Now my background will be better when I move from this house in like 2 weeks. It's just, how it is when you're moving. Everything's discombobulated. I don't have my setup. But I've been struggling on my picks 1 and 2 yesterday, and I'm with you on Atlanta. I didn't have it as a premium pick, but I can see what you're talking about. Every one of my friends that I talk to, everybody might think, oh, Brian doesn't have any friends. But I talked to a lot of people. Everybody in the world said the Milwaukee Brewers yesterday. And I think you had the right mindset. Maybe they'll get it done for you today. I kind of like the Atlanta Braves sneaky today. But they've been a choke artist all year, like the Baltimore Orioles yesterday, who got blew up by the Phillies.
Yep. We'll see if I can bounce back today. I'm off of 2 bad losing days. Sunday was a losing day for me, 0-2. Yesterday was a losing day for me, 0-2. I had Braves as the play of the day. I just, I thought it was a good sharp chaser style spot. Not sharp chaser. That was a sharp play. That was just a sharp play. And because it lost, it became sharp chaser. And I had the Marlins. The hype train. No.
You're supposed to tell Chris he got lucky with the Brewers.
It was sharp chaser from the beginning.
What you say is you got lucky. That's what you don't give him any credit. You got lucky.
It was sharp. Oh, stop it! It was sharp chaser from the beginning.
Hey, we'll see.
I'm surprised.
Only reason I halfway agree with you is because it was Eric Fetty. That's the only reason I kind of halfway.
Yeah. Like I said, I could have made the case for you to be right. Like, at a certain point, the run has to end. But then you said the words Eric Fetty, and I was like, you lost me.
I'm surprised you didn't take your Yankees or not your Rangers yesterday, Jay. That was a hell of a game.
I did not take my Rangers yesterday and would have finished.
Shout out Jock Peterson. I mean, he hasn't done shit this year, but to hit that homer, that's big.
Home run, huge in the bottom of the ninth. He needed that. We needed that. And then in the extras, you walk Wyatt Langford. I kind of understand that. I'm not pitching to him either. And that's the thing about this Rangers lineup is everybody's really dangerous. It's just they haven't been dangerous together. We saw when they're all dangerous together 2 years ago when they were the best offense in baseball, and then that propelled them to win the World Series. It's been a lot of ups and downs for this team offensively this season. Huge moment for my guy Josh Young last night, though. Remember, he's 2 years removed from being an all-star. Like, he's that caliber of a player. He's just been in a slump, dealing with a lot of injuries. But you can't really pitch around this Rangers lineup. You can't. Everybody on paper is supposed to be deadly. And shout out Josh Young last night, man. For them Yankees, I really hope they miss the playoffs. What did I bet it at the other day? 480, 475, something like that.
75, yeah.
475. Yeah, I ended up putting it in. So I'm a Yankee hater. Shout out to him. It was good to see my Rangers get a cool walk-off win, good momentum building win. And we'll see if they can get another one today behind the player of the month. Big game Nate Eovaldi. Yep, man. Anything else interesting on you boys' brains or anything you found interesting or anything like that?
Let's see. Nothing really too crazy. I was on the Rays. I was hoping the Rays could have pulled that off with Hauser on the mound, but I think there's a reason the Angels were favored there. That's for sure.
The Dodgers choking yesterday.
Yeah. They gave up one in the ninth. Yeah.
Yeah. What else happened? I think there's really anything else that was pretty much talked about it all.
Yeah.
All right, fellas, let's do it. Let's do it. We'll talk about today. We move on to today. We have first game of the day. We're back. Got the Money Marlins at home, at the crib, with the Houston Astros rolling in. Houston, small road favorites in this one. Total 8.5. I see Cal Quantrill on the mound for Miami. I see undecided for Houston. Do y'all see anybody currently listed?
I saw Eric Getty yesterday. Let me see if that's actually true. Nah. Yeah, no one listed. Or no, I see Ort again.
Caleb Ort.
Yeah. So, we'll see.
Yes, we shall. First game of the day. Will the Marlins get their get back, or will the Astros pull off another one? We got the 50-50 Twins. Zebby Matthews on the mound for them. On the other side is somebody they know quite well. Somebody who we know quite well here on this show. Chris Paddock on the mound for the Tigers, pitching against his old team. We have the Giants and the Pirates. Logan Webb battling it out with Burrows. And we have the Phillies, a.k.a. Brian's favorite team, even though he won't admit it. Taijuan Walker on the mound for him. Against his other favorite team, the Orioles. Dean Kramer on the mound for them. Franchise player, how we feeling to start the day?
Yeah, I'm gonna run it back. Didn't work out for me yesterday, but I'm going back to the Marlins today. Still the most profitable team in baseball with today the most profitable pitcher in baseball in Cal Quantrill. I think yesterday was just more a product of Sandy Alcantara being Sandy Alcantara. I think that was sort of the long and short of it, but I think Miami bounces back today. This is still a team that's only a game below 500 when I really did not expect them to do jack this season. So I'm still pleasantly surprised with the Marlins. I think they get their rebound today. So give me the Marlins and give me the Tigers. I never thought I'd be back in Chris Paddock, but he actually had a decent debut for Detroit. And the bottom line for me is that you have two teams that are just plain and simple heading in different directions. The Twins clearly focused on next season and the future with how they did their trade deadline work. I think they traded away 13 players at the major league level. 11 of them were consistent starters. A bunch of bullpen pieces were moved. So Detroit is, like I said, just playing the better baseball. I think Detroit gets it done here. I think Chris Paddock has another solid start. So give me Detroit.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on the Marlins as well. I was actually on the Astros yesterday. I think Consi mentioned it, but Marlins as a favorite, you don't take them. Marlins as a dog, that's when we could mess with them. And look, I understand they're not technically a dog in this game. It's pretty much even odds.
I'm gonna say I need to ask Pathy, what would this be considered?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of tough, but I still do like the Marlins in this one. Like we just said, the Astros, it looks like there's some questions about who they're going with on the mound. Quantrill, even though that ERA is inflated, we've mentioned on this show that he is a profitable pitcher when it comes to a betting perspective. So I think it's a good bounce back spot for the Marlins. This is still one of the hotter teams in the last month. So I think they get the job done there. And then I'm with Chris as well. I'm going to take the Tigers here. I don't like Chris Paddock, but I was handicapping this game a little bit last night, and, it looks like the Twins are catching some steam here, but Zebby Matthews is just not a guy I want to touch. And also the Twins, they're a team I'm going to be one I want to fade throughout the rest of the season. I just don't like the moves they made during the deadline. So give me the Tigers there once again. I think this team returns back to the form that they were in the beginning of the season. And then give me an under in Giants-Pittsburgh. I just think this is going to be an ugly game, an ugly series all around.
Ryan B, how we feeling?
Yeah, for me, I try to keep it to one pick per slot, but there's so much good sharp chasing out there that's hard for me to keep myself under control. I guess for me, the gem of the grouping here are the Pittsburgh Pirates at home on the money line. They've played winning baseball at home 32-25, whereas the Giants are a losing team on the road. Logan Webb got back on track with his last start, but over his last 5, he's over a 6 ERA, and Burrows actually has done better over his last 5 starts. So for me, I'll take the Pittsburgh Pirates on the money line, but I'm leaning towards the Minnesota Twins. They're a team that they've been getting me all season long, but when I see minus 133 in some spots at Pinnacle, the line seems to be dropping down just a bit. These pitchers seem even on paper. My boy Zebby Matthews, or the heck's his name? Zebby.
Yeah.
For me, it's a coin flip game. If I'm getting plus 125 with the Twins, who've been disappointing me all year, I'll go with Minnesota. And I'm going to take the Baltimore Orioles over my Phillies. Like I said, I try to keep the one per slot, but the Orioles, Dean Kramer is probably the cream of the crop as far as the Orioles starting pitchers go. And Taijuan Walker, I'm surprised he's had the success that he has. He usually struggles to go more than 4 innings. I think the over here is the play, and I'm going to go with the Orioles.
Orioles Phillies is tough. I like Taijuan a little more than I know everybody else does. Everybody knows I'm slightly a Dean Kramer hater. I don't necessarily love the price, laying this price with Taijuan today. It's kind of the issue, kind of the problem. If I were playing it, it would be Phillies, but maybe Phillies run line. It's not a J style play though, so it's not a premium style play. I'm just letting y'all know my thoughts. Giants, Pirates, under. Also lean towards the Pirates money line. It's crazy. Since acquiring Devers, this team is 10 games below 500. And in that same time frame, the Red Sox have the best record in baseball.
Yep. Addition by subtraction. I love that trade for the Red Sox.
Did we not? Hey, now, Brad, did we not call that pretty much? That was going to be the case when it happened. We were like, yeah, he's a good player, but, I like vibes,
Yeah.
And it was a vibe sport. You get bad vibes out the locker room, and the Red Sox been surging since.
Yep.
I wonder what it means full season. Like, if the Red Sox will keep it up and if the Giants will continue to be this trash, but in this small little immediate reaction to what happened from the trade, it's kind of interesting little talking.
One other thing. Remember how yesterday we were talking about the White Sox record and all these records since the All-Star break? You know who was the worst record since the All-Star break?
The Giants.
4-12.
Damn.
Terrible.
Yeah, Pirates money line.
Pirates money line. I lean that way. I'm still a little nervous because it's Logan Webb. And,
Yeah.
He could be the stopper. He is their stopper. He is their ace. He's their guy. And it's like, I could easily see him coming in here going 7 scoreless against this trash-ass Pirates offense. But I don't trust the Giants offense to really back him up or do anything either. Burrows has, been solid in spots. I guess
You got the name wrong.
brr,
Mike,
I forgot about brr.
That's the discount Burrows.
Mike brr. Come on, Mike brr. Let's do it. Let's go Pirates. Let's go Pirates. The under, I believe, is the better play. But with the Giants' current form, it has to be Mike brr in the Pirates money line. I almost forgot about that, Chris. Thank you for reminding me. And then the first two, I'm with Chris. I'm with Brad. Marlins for me here. We got my plus money demon on the mound. The guy that has fed us all season long, the most profitable pitcher in baseball. Mama that man. His name is Cal Quantrill. Keeping it rolling with my man. I'm going to be honest. Yesterday kind of gave me the vibe. You remember when the Blue Jays were hot and I told y'all that the Orioles was the series? That kind of was the series. There's a small gut feeling that this is that series for the Marlins. But one bad game is not enough for me to jump off. It's not. So I'm still on them boys today too, especially behind. Get it done.
That's the one thing I don't like about the Marlins, though. I'm used to being I'm a old school Marlins guy. I've been with the Marlins since they were the original Marlins, and now that everybody's jumping on this Marlins bandwagon, you know how I get. I like to jump off of that stuff, but I'm gonna root for the Marlins today. But I'm just I want more room on the bandwagon. I want some guys off of it before I jump back on, so we get better prices again on my end.
And I'm kind of in that same thought process, but because of the hype train, I'm still there. I'll ride this one. A lot of times I would have been jumped off, but it's kind of my Marlins, so I'm rolling with 500 game. Get back to it. And not a premium. I thought about making it a premium, but then I said it's Chris Paddock, Jay Chill. I don't know, but the Tigers are back to being just outright disrespected. And the Twins traded everybody away at the deadline. The Twins are garbage. They're in one of those losing streaks where you just continue to fade them until you see some light at the end of the tunnel, and I see none of that. So it's Tigers for me here. Would it shock me if the Twins got the Paddock? No. They got the book on them. But do we really expect the Twins to do anything right now? Like, this team is cooked, and they showed us that at the deadline. They gave away all their pieces except for Buxton. They're done.
I can't seem to get off the Twins. They've been my kryptonite this year. Them and the Orioles probably. We'll see.
Yep. So I'm on the Tigers. That's first slide of the day, fellas. We keep it rolling. Next slide, we got the Athletics and the Nationals. Nationals favorites at home. Mackenzie Gore battling it out with Luis Severino. I'm actually kind of surprised at this line a little bit. I am. I'm surprised at this line.
Same.
Guardians, Mets, Logan Allen versus Holmes. Mets minus 165 home favorites. We have Royals, Red Sox. This is Garrett Crochet, Mama That Man, versus Bergert for the Royals. Brad, man, look, you taking a pretty big lead. With the Royals. We'll see.
Yep.
And we have Milwaukee and Atlanta. Freddie P on the mound for the Brewers. Carson Wentz on the other side. Brad, how we feeling?
Yeah, for the Athletics Nationals game, I agree that line is funky. I guess, Mackenzie Gore has been the Nationals ace, but I mean, he's been asked lately. He hasn't been good. This Nationals team has been horrific. I just don't know how you can press that Nationals button and lay juice with them and feel good about it. So I'm on the A's, even though the A's didn't look great this past weekend against the D-backs. They're still 7-3 straight up in their last 10. Severino's been decent on the road this season. So it's A's or nothing for me there. The Royals have been playing good. They have. I think they've won their last 4 series, 2-1, but I don't love this series for them. There you go, Ron. There we go. It was a good bet. It's not over yet. There's a lot of ball to be played, but yeah, like I said, man, I don't love the Royals in this series. Maybe tomorrow's game they could pull out, but with Crochet on the mound and just how good this Red Sox team is playing right now, I mean, how do you take him? I mean, you could do maybe a Red Sox team total over. You could do a first 5 minus half a run. You're going to have to pay juice if you want to take the Red Sox today, but I truly think that is the play. And then Milwaukee, Atlanta. I think I may jump on Jay's side here, man. I think I may take a shot with the Braves. This line's just funky. With how good Milwaukee has been playing, I think this thing should be, closer to maybe minus 160, minus 150, or minus 170. So it's just a little funky. So I lean the Braves there just off line reading, but the Brewers are hot, so be aware.
Brian B, how we feeling?
Oh, I don't like this grouping of games as much as the first one, but I'm going to lean towards the Washington Nationals here just because the line, doesn't look right. I mean, Gore hasn't pitched well over his last 5, but I think he's their best arm. But the juice here keeps that from being a premium play. I don't like to lay minus 130 or so with the team. I'll take the Atlanta Braves in this slot on the money line. Wentz is the guy that normally you would run from, and Peralta seems like one of the aces. He is one of the aces of the Brewers staff, and with how hot they've been, it really just doesn't make any sense that you can buy in at Milwaukee at this cheap of a price. So I think Atlanta Braves here is the play on the money line, contrarian special.
Damn, man, I lost with the Braves last night, and I just felt like an idiot.
Get back on it. You'll be all right.
I felt like an idiot, bruh. I hate when I go on sharp plays and they lose. I don't know. I just do it. That's my game, though. Got to be in it to win it. I'm going right back to it. Fading the Brewers is not for the weak-hearted, man, but I'm just keeping it consistent on what I've said for a lot of the season, where it's like Atlanta on the road, outright fade. And most of the time they be favorites out there, overrated, overvalued, love fading them out there. At home, they're a different team, different monster. You can make money betting Atlanta at home, and getting them as a dog at home, I gotta be there. I understand how hot the Brewers are. I understand that this is a pitching mismatch with Freddie P on the mound on the other side, and Carson Wentz getting the start today for the Braves. I know yesterday I did say, Braves win game 1, Brewers win game 2, Braves win game 3. Scratch that. Braves win 2, Braves win 3. I'm attacking plus money with Atlanta today. We'll see. We'll see. I think they get it done. I really do. Red Sox, Royals. What was the final score in that game yesterday?
8-4?
8-5. 8-5.
It's 8-5.
Okay.
I want to try to talk myself onto Royals plus the 1.5 even money. I want to try to do that. I just don't know if it's really. I like the way the Royals have played overall post All-Star break, and even money with a run in my back pocket seems like a good play. But we talked about last 25 games. That's a little before the All-Star break. Last 25 games, the hottest team in baseball is the Red Sox. They got the best record in that span. So. I'm cool. I'm just kind of walking y'all through my thought process. I would lean Royals if I was, in my degenerate gambling phase. I would for sure be on the Royals, but I've been playing baseball real light, so I'm gonna leave it alone. And I don't know. This Athletics Nationals game just is weird. Why is it minus 135 Nationals? Why?
I think just because Mackenzie Gore.
But Severino, is Mackenzie Gore better than Severino?
I would say so. His ERA says so as well, but Mackenzie Gore hasn't been in good form lately. That's for sure.
And Severino pitches in Coors Light.
Yeah. His ERA is inflated for sure because of that.
And if we're talking lineup, I think the A's are the better team. So I'm just confused on this line. That's all I'm saying.
Something seems too good to be true. It normally is.
And,
It's like that. No, I'm not going to get into it. I was going to say you walk into a bar and you see a lady at 2:00 in the morning after you've been drinking. It looks good, but next day you wake up might not be as good. So
I don't know. This game, this is the weird line game of the day. I could go Brian style and be like, the line tells us something. Nationals. I do subscribe to that sometimes. But then y'all know I love attacking plus money. So it's like, and Mackenzie Gore not in good form. We notice A's offense can be lethal at times. It don't take much to talk myself onto the plus money. It's just one of those weird ones, I've been kind of going back and forth on all morning. I wouldn't be going back and forth on it if the line was right. To me, when I handicap the game, it's Athletics, but the line is what's making me look at it differently. My line in this one, personally, if I made the line here, I would probably have the Athletics favor here, minus 115, and the Nationals minus 105. That would be my line in this game. Minus 115 Athletics, minus 105 Nationals.
Sounds like you're on the A's.
Sounds like I'm on the A's.
Now I'm going to change. I had my parlay already picked up, and now I'm going to adjust it a little bit.
Fair enough. We'll see. Chris, how you feeling?
So what do we say it was thinking outside the box with this Braves and Brewers matchup?
Yep.
I wonder if we're talking about the cardboard box you're going to be living in if you keep betting on the Braves even at home.
The difference is how Jay says he feel like if I went with the Brewers and the Braves won, I would be upset at myself that I didn't take the Braves. I have the opposite thinking that I would succumb to that. It would bother me the next day if I didn't have the Braves, but I hear you. I might be living in a cardboard box.
We're talking about Joey Wentz, a lefty, against a Brewers team that since over the last 2 weeks is hitting almost 400 against left-handed pitching. Even if it boils down to what I was saying yesterday too. Even if Fede has a decent start, and it was only one bad inning that Fede had yesterday, I still think the Brewers have the better bullpen in this matchup. Thing about Freddie Peralta, yeah, he doesn't pitch as well on the road, but I think this is a decent spot for him. For me, the Braves now look like a team that are just playing out the string, that are kind of resigned to their fate, that maybe this just isn't their year, and getting back home hasn't helped them.
Basically, what I've said about them all season.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. I was holding out hope. That dangerous 4-letter word. I was holding out hope.
4-letter word, man.
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is, they've lost 7 of their last 10. They haven't been playing. They haven't been playing solid baseball. I feel how I feel about this series, like Jay did about that series with the Blue Jays and the Orioles. I think I have this series nailed down. Brewers win the first 2. The Braves are going to win one. It's going to be Spencer Strider on Wednesday. So I'll roll with the Brewers here. A's, Nationals. I'm taking the A's here.
You guys are killing me.
Mackenzie Gore is still 4-11 on the year. I'm sorry, it doesn't make sense to me. I know.
Well, the record wins losses don't really mean anything.
I know. Well, if you'd let me finish, I was just about to say I know wins and losses is still a pointless statistic. But the fact of the matter is that I feel like starting pitcher losses should be weighted at least a little bit more in terms of what it means to the starting pitcher. Now, Mackenzie Gore's had a couple of crap starts in his last three. I think his last 3 outings he's had at least. I think he's had 2 where he's given up at least like 6 runs. The A's are still a solid offense, and I think Severino's problems have been because he's pitched at Sutter Health Park. You take him on the road all season long. Severino's thing has been that he pitches better on the road because he's outside of that bandbox in Sacramento. So for me, the A's are just, I think, the better team here. I think this is just a true coin flip. So to get plus 115 sounds good to me. And give me the Red Sox extendo. You can lay the run line, but I could also lay the 2.5 as well. This is a Royals lineup that's been one of the worst in baseball in the last 2 weeks against left-handed pitching. Crochet is just on a roll. Plain and simple. Dominant outing from Crochet. I would take the over on his outs. I would extend his strikeout prop. So I'll take the Red Sox in that one.
The Boston Red Sox. Keep rolling. Next up, we have the Reds and the Cubbies. This is Zach Littell. That's nasty. Oh, that's nasty. Zach Littell for the Cincinnati Reds and Shota Imanaga pitching for the Cubbies. We got Yankees, Rangers. Rangers walked them boys off last night. Warren on the mound for the Yankees. Big game, Nate Eovaldi. What is the odds for Nate to win the Cy Young? I know he was hurt for a little minute, man, but do y'all see his numbers?
I'm going to check right now. Hold on. Let me go back to a sportsbook I actually trust. Give me a second here.
Yeah, I feel like the time off is what's going to hurt him in that race.
With the red glove? He was rocking the blue glove this year. He switched it up.
Because I feel like Scuba is like, what, minus something crazy?
Yeah, I mean, we know my man winning it. But
yeah. But hey, who knows? I mean, Scuba a couple blowout games?
I don't think Scooble's as deserving of the Cy Young anymore. But that's just me. Do you want to take a guess on Eovaldi's odds?
500.
4,000.
Higher.
10,000.
No, it's 10 times what Jay had.
5,000.
Plus 5,000.
It's Scooble minus 600. Don't know how the hell that's still there.
Because he's the GOAT.
I know, but still, minus 600. It's when you have other pitchers that are at least comparable, it should be okay. Minus 300, I get it, but minus 600.
Well, they don't want you betting Scooble.
Yeah, no, they don't.
Yeah.
Crochet plus 350, DeGrom plus 2,500, Joe Ryan plus 5,000. Got to be on a team that wins games to win the Cy Young. Hunter Brown plus 5,000, Framber Valdez plus 5,000, Eovaldi plus 5,000, Max Fried 6,500.
I'm just telling you, man. And the only reason he that is because of innings pitched, because he has been unworldly. We'll see if it continues tonight. And the last one of this slot is the Blue Jays and the Colorado Rockies. They're battling it out in Denver. Brian, you're up first here. How you feeling?
I don't like this section, but I'm going to go with the Super Square special here. Take the Toronto Blue Jays, lay in the 2.5. I think at 2.5, it's minus 110. I think the Jays are rocking and rolling. Colorado, they're a team that I would look at if they were playing the Atlanta Braves or teams like the Pittsburgh Pirates. But against a team like Toronto who's surging here, I just think the Jays have no mercy today. I'll lay the 2.5 with Toronto.
I lean towards Toronto as well. The Rockies are just poverty franchise this year. It is what it is. Maybe next year we'll get our Rockies back. I'm on my Rangers. Fuck the Yankees, respectfully. They're gonna miss the postseason. If you ain't bet it the other day with me at 480, go bet it today. It's probably still around there because it's the Yankees. They're not making it. And Judge can't save them. Yeah, so Rangers for me here. Cubs, Reds. This is Zach Littell. Imanaga. I really want to bet the Reds here at this nice plus money price. We saw him get the job done yesterday. They've battled the Cubs tough all season. I think that's going to continue. The Cubs are the better team, but I don't think the gap is minus 185 plus 155 in a game like this. That's all I'm saying. Playing the odds, playing the spot, playing the situation. Reds and actually playing better than I think most people give them credit for. Cubs a little overrated, overvalued. They're a good team, but I'm starting to hear Cubs World Series talk. That shit makes me laugh. Give me the Reds. Yeah. Chris, how you feeling?
I haven't heard Jay Belly laugh like that before. Holy moly.
I'm gonna tell y'all later.
Do you know what the Yankee odds are right now to miss the playoffs?
475.
Dropped $125 overnight. Plus 350 to miss the playoffs.
Yeah, I think I'm just talking shit. Yeah,
over one game is crazy.
It's because the Rangers on the outside looking in, and so
no, I know, but I'm saying but I'm saying like they still have a chance. Let's face it, as much as I like my Blue Jays, they still have a chance in the division. But so just I'm just saying I know, but I'm just saying to see plus 125 drop off the price over 24 hours, less than 24 hours is insane. But yeah, I'm gonna take Sana Imanaga and the Cubs here. I just think he's the better option. I just don't see the Reds having as much success. Even with pitcher-friendly weather, I could see Littell giving up 2 or 3 home runs here. It's just what he does. So I'll roll with the Cubs here. Just trying to find my spot again here. Let's see. Yeah, give me the Blue Jays team total over. It's just hard because I want to take the Blue Jays, but again, I can't lay 2.5 runs. I do have worries about Barrios making his first career Coors Field start. But I do think this Blue Jays offense continues to smash, especially against this Colorado pitching staff. So I would roll with the Blue Jays team total over here.
And Brett, how we feeling?
Yeah, I'm going to roll with the under in Cubs, Reds. Imanaga coming off a couple of rough starts, but I still think he's one of the more talented guys in the leagues. He's a lefty. The Reds have been horrific against lefties this season. I actually think Zach Littell has a decent outing here. It looks like the wind is blowing in Wrigley today. Seems like it's going to be a similar score to yesterday, 2-4, 3-2, something like that. So I like an under there. And then, yeah, give me the Rangers. I'm actually looking at the standings, and I do like that Yankees to miss the playoffs bet. I mean,
yeah,
you're basically betting on if the Mariners and the Rangers are going to have a better rest of the season than the Yankees. And I feel like that's totally
and I broke it down yesterday why I think that's going to happen. The Rangers, look at their pitching staff.
Yeah.
I'm taking it tenfold over the Yankees. And even offensively, I know the Rangers been really disappointing this season. Depending on what Judge we get back for the Yankees, I think I'm taking the Rangers offense too. And then flip side, let's do the Mariners against the Yankees. Pitching staff, it's not even close. Kirby, Wu, Gilbert, Castillo, stop it. And then batting, I mean, I would give it Yankees, but I don't know. Mariners Mariners got some demons over there too in that lineup. So I don't think it's that crazy.
It's not. Yeah, I think it's just that Yankees tax. I feel like, those odds should be closer to even a little bit, maybe like minus 200. So, or no, plus 200, I should say. So, yeah, no, I like it. But yeah, I love the Rangers in this spot. Honestly, kind of wish I threw this as a premium. The Yankees on the road this season, 26-31. Rangers at home this season, 35-20. Eovaldi's been a dog. Yes, you're going to have to pay a little bit of juice, but I think it's worth it. Give me the Rangers. And then I'm going to take another shot with the Rays. If the Rays lose this one, I may look away from these guys for a while now. Look, they're in bad form. They've looked like shit. Don't get me wrong, but I still think they're the better team than the Angels. I know these teams basically have identical records, but I still think this Tampa Bay team has a little bit more juice. So I'm going to take the Rays here. Little sprinkle, though. Little sprinkle. Don't bet the farm on the Rays today.
Fair enough, man. We head to our last slot of the day in Major League Baseball. One of these graphics I don't have made. I will apologize. I don't have Mariners White Sox made, but we're not betting at it really anyway.
Hey, you never know.
My bad. Rangers, Angels. Angels minus 125. Soriano on the mound for them. Pepio on the mound for Tampa. Pepio. We got San Diego and the Padres. San Diego $1.35 road favorites over the Diamondbacks. I'm sorry. Yu Darvish on the mound for San Diego. Ryan Nelson on the mound for Arizona. We got the Cardinals and the Dodgers. Miles McCullis versus Ed Sheeran on the mound for the Dodgers. And we have White Sox Mariners. Drew Martin on the mound for the White Sox. Brian who? Woo, that's who. He's on the mound today for Seattle. Seattle minus 250 in that one. Total 7.5. I'm up first. Who? Woo. I know the White Sox have been really profitable. Yeah, that run has come to an end. I think Woo completely shuts them down tonight. I think Mariners win this game. It would only be a White Sox team total under, maybe a lean towards a full game under. Seattle should win this game, but there's no way in hell I'm paying minus 250 with Seattle. It's just no value. Lean towards the Monstars, but don't love that price, and I don't like the way they lost last night. And I'm with Brad. I lean towards the Rays and Pepio. I know they're in bad form. They in terrible form. Like, it's kind of crazy how bad this team has been. Like, they were soaring high for a minute, and like people were talking about playoffs and all that shit, and now they're 4 games under 500. Sad. Probably comes to an end today. I think they stopped some bleeding. I'm gonna lean towards Tampa. Chris, how you feeling?
Who?
Woo.
No, thank you. Give me the White Sox here. At this price, with the way the White Sox have been playing, it goes back to another thing. Brian Wu can have a shutdown start here. I am not disagreeing with that at all. But I think that the White Sox are still playing well enough that they can get to, this Mariner bullpen, or they could even win a 3-2 game. But I'm not laying minus 250 or chasing a run line, even with a pitching advantage, with a Mariners team that's hitting 176 against right-handed pitching in the last 10 games. The White Sox have been arguably the best team in baseball in the last 2 weeks, basically since the All-Star break against righties, hitting 310 in their last 10 games. I think that it's just, you look at these two teams on the surface, it would be Mariners all day. But the White Sox are playing too well to go against. And it's not like they've been playing bums either. They took 2 or 3 from the Phillies. They were competitive against the Chicago Cubs. So to see this kind of price, you could take the plus 1.5. It's near even money. I'm going to take a shot on plus 208 with the White Sox in that one. I'm also going to take a shot on the Angels here with Jose Soriano. He's been someone I've faded at home for much of the year, but I just don't trust this Rays offense right now. I think that the Angels could get it done here. Soriano's actually had back-to-back solid starts at home. I think it's 6 innings, a 2-run ball, and 7 innings, a 2-run ball in his last 2 home starts against tough division opponents in the Rangers and the Mariners. So give me the Angels in that one.
2 shit teams offense.
Only one I like in this slot. I like a
thing is, sorry, hold on, Brad.
No,
2 shit teams offensively, but luckily, the reason I let you slide a little bit, Chris, is because you could put the Rays right in there with them over this current stretch. So he might pitch.
Division teams are still tough, though, especially when you got an ERA around 6 at home.
Fair. My bad, Brad. What you saying?
No, you're good. You're good. White Sox team total line is set at 2.5 today. I got to take the over. I have to take the over. Like Chris said, Brian Wu he's been hit up lately, and this White Sox team has been hot over the last month or so. We just need 3 runs. And I can't help but click that over button. So that's the only play I like in this slot.
Fair enough. Brian B, close us out in Major League Baseball. How we feeling?
It's the worst slot on the board, but I'll take the Chicago White Sox plus the 1.5. It's only minus 110. White Sox are 65-47 against the spread. Mariners 49-64. Mariners are the king of the 1-run game. I could easily see him winning this game 3-2. Wu, 2 of his last 3 games, he's given up some runs, so I think the White Sox keep it within 1 here.
Fair enough. Brian B. White Sox, we'll see. I was talking shit about that game, and that was the game everybody talked about.
See? I told you.
All right, man. That's it for Major League Baseball for the day.
Now the best sport.
The dub. That's what I like to call it. People give me hell for calling it that. Okay. I'm finishing up the graphics for it right now. We'll split up. We'll go 3-2. Actually, before we do that, because I want to get these graphics right. Let's Chris, money making Tuesday. A lot of games on the board today. 20 between the 2 sports leagues. What do you have for sale over at PickDawgz Premium?
I got a ton on the board today. My MLB pickoff play, I said yesterday or earlier, we cashed with the Brewers yesterday, hoping to run it back. I also got that as part of my Towering Tuesday 3-pack. I also got a Barking Dog 3-pack from Major League Baseball, my 3 best underdogs, and a WNBA play of the day. Tons of action on the board, so this is a great time to hop on something long-term for me. The 3-day and 7-day passes today are actually less than buying each of today's daily individual packages, and you get a few days extra worth of plays, especially with more MLB, WNBA, and NFL preseason. It's a great time to jump on. Pair me up with Jay, Brad, Brian. It's part of that multi-capper promotion. Whatever you do, use the promo code PICK at checkout. Get 15% off your purchase.
We need the sound effects here so you could go woof woof when he says barking dog. We need sound effects here.
I know. I'm working on it.
He's already got enough going on behind the scenes. Don't need to bug him about a soundboard.
I'll bark then when he says the barking dog. We'll get it done.
Brad, what you got going on over at PickDawgz Premium today, my man?
Yep, 3 plays today total, 2 MLB, and then my best pick in the WNBA. My play today is in the MLB today. We've hit on our 3 out of the 4 pick of the days so far this month of August. So we're running hot right now. So if you ever want to hop on with me, this is a great time to do it. My pick of the day is $25 over at the site. Use promo code PICK at checkout for 50% off. Like Chris said, though, team me up with Brian, Roof, Jay. Can't go wrong. We'll make you some money this week.
Or Brad wins bets and do exactly that, ladies and gentlemen. Win you a couple of plays, handful of plays, a season year worth of plays. Bomber Brad, man. Brian Pete, what you got going on PickDawgz Premium?
It's been a rough 2 weeks for me, but that means I'm due for a heater here. WNBA has still been consistent, 37 and 22, 63% in the W. Ranked number 1 at PickDawgz.com for profit. I got my biggest play in the WNBA tonight, my titanium play, $25 at PickDawgz.com or get my 3-pack, you can get all 3 of my best bets. It's 2 Major League Baseball, 1 WNBA for $50. And don't forget about the Football All Access Pass, $8.95. Use code PICK at checkout, save an additional 15% off. Plus, we have the great 2-for-1 capper specials. Make sure you check into those.
Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. With Brian B. Continue to kick the crap out of the books, man, with my guy. For me today, man, 20 games, sides, totals, a lot of money-making opportunities. I'm attacking the board today. I got 3 plays that I love, 2 from Major League Baseball, 1 from the WNBA. They will all be in a 3-pack. You can scoop it up for $50. Top play in the dub will be $25. Top play in baseball will be $25. We're on good runs in both. Last couple days haven't been the best for me. I know I always keep it 1,000 with y'all. But overall, last 90 days, last 60 days, last 30 days, we've been putting up pretty good units. In baseball, we are 11-6 last, 17 on that play. And then in the WNBA, I am, 33-17-1. So on good runs in all of them. Bounce back day for me. Hop on. Let's continue to do the damn thing and kick the crap out of the books. All right. Now let's talk some WNBA. Let's talk some dub. We'll do, there's 5 games. We'll split it up. We'll do 3 and 2. Baseball pick up there. There we go. All right. First game of the day. The defending champs, the New York Liberty. They're back at home at the crib, laying double digits on my favorite team, my hometown team, the Dallas Wings. Total 176.5. We have the Sky and the Mystics. Mystics 7.5 road favorites over Chicago. Total 157.5. And we'll do Fever and the Sparks. Indiana 2.5 point road favorites over LA. Night. Yeah. Sorry, I had to.
I was hoping one of these days you were going to do that.
So on you, Chris. How we feeling?
Believe it or not, I like the over in all 3 of these games. But I think the one I like the most is the one that's on the screen now. Fever Sparks. Maybe square, maybe sort of cliche, but these are 2 teams that are red hot right now. Both these teams are putting up points in bunches. The Sparks are finally living up to some expectations. I think they can, go score for score with the Fever, who have great depth and have been able to survive offensively and now are on a run themselves, even without Caitlin Clark in the lineup. I know 177.5 is a sky-high total for this, but I think it's this high for a reason. I think you're looking at like a 95-93 kind of game, like an exciting, high-scoring matchup here. So I like the over in Fever Sparks.
Brad wins bets. What you like in these 3?
Yeah, man. Fever Sparks, that's going to be a good one. I faded the Fever in their last game. Took the Storm. Fever, pretty much had control that whole game. Pissed me off. I'm going to fade them again, though. I'm going to take the Sparks. Like Chris said, these are 2 of the hottest teams right now. I feel like the Sparks have started to figure things out as the season has gone on. And I think this is going to be a good team for the rest of the season. So, the Fever, yes, they're on a great run, but I think there's a loss around the corner for them, and I think it could be tonight. So I'm going to take the Sparks, and I am going to take the 2.5. I do want those points in my back pocket. Let's see. Give me the Mystics, man. I hate this game, but this guy, I'm not touching this guy right now. This guy team is so banged up. Laying 8 points with the Mystics makes my stomach hurt. I'm not going to lie, but that's how I would play it. And then give me the Liberty. Give me the Liberty. As you could tell, I'm not really too confident in that one either. But if I had to lean away, I think the Liberty will outpower them. And I think I think this game could be close at half. But when it's all said and done, I think the Liberty go on enough runs to cover the spread. So definitely a lean towards the Liberty there.
Brian Bittler The leader in WNBA action for Pick Dawgz this far this season. How we feeling?
Hopefully I can get it wire to wire. But the Liberty broke my heart the other night against the Connecticut Sun as they choked away a cover late. Just that happens sometimes in the basketball. Team gets up big and then they coast, and then you miss out in that big-time cover. But as far as this grouping goes, I like the LA Sparks plus the points. I almost made it a premium. The only thing that kept me off the Sparks was they've been covering almost as good as the Indiana Fever lately. So two hot cover teams, I don't really like that. But I think the Fever have more of the name recognition, and I think this line will get, even without Caitlin Clark, people love to bet the Indiana Fever. I think the Sparks are a commodity that people haven't wised up to yet. I think you're getting a deal with them at home, getting plus points. So I think that's where I'm going to be at, +1.5, +2.
I'm in agreement. I like the Sparks tonight too. I don't love it though. I don't love it. But I think they have the number of the Fever. They've beaten the Fever in both meetings this season.
And covered.
Yeah, they won 85-75 the first time in Indiana, and they won 89-87 the second time. Guess where that game was? Indiana. Now coming back home, they got some momentum. They're getting healthy. They're playing well. Fever, I think, slightly overrated, overvalued because of the winning streak they're on. Sparks for me here in this one. We'll see. I don't love it, but it would be Sparks. I'm fading my favorite team tonight. I'm taking the Liberty, the defending champs. I'm laying it. The reason I'm laying it, spots and situations, and this just falls into one of my spots, one of my situations. Bounce back game at home that also happens to be a revenge game. Liberty haven't been playing that well. They've lost 4 of their last 5. I know they won their last game over the Connecticut Sun, but they lost their last home game they played, which was against LA, 101-99. After that, they lost 3 straight, including getting beat up by the Sun. Then when you look at the Liberty and how they've played this season, they're night and day, home and away. And I think home tonight against the Wings, I think they actually flood my favorite team. So Wings coming off a pretty substantial homestand. Wings beat them not too long ago, 92-82 in Dallas. I think the Liberty get them in the bounce back game at home. That also happens to be a quick revenge game. So sign me up here on the Liberty. Pass. Sky Mystic. Pass. If I were playing it, it would have to be Mystic. But if you think I'm laying 7.5 points on the road with the Mystics, I can't do that.
It has like 5-point game written all over it, but you don't want to take the Sky because they're even too bad for me to take. So.
You feel me? Exactly.
It's pretty bad when a team's so bad that I don't take them. So.
But I mean, they could be getting Ariel Atkins back for this game.
Could, should, would, don't matter. Mystics win by 5. No point.
You can have the Chicago Sky. You can have a whoopie pie. You can have pie in the sky. Mystics.
See, the Sky have been on such a funk that they could be the team that fouls with 2 seconds to go, down by 7, so that the Mystics get a cover win by 9. You know, that's the kind of dumb crap that's been going on with the, who fouls down 7 with 2 seconds to go? Well, the Sky might do that just to screw you.
Yeah. 2 games left. We got the Connecticut Sun. They're on the road facing the Mercury. Mercury, 14.5 point home favorites in this one, total 168.5. And mama, we got a ball game tonight. Did I not make that graph? I could have sworn I just made it.
You have the wrong team with the Storm. You have it with Atlanta.
I guess I do.
Oh no, those are old ones.
I could have sworn I just made it. I'm gonna make it again. Storm Lynx. Storm 1.5 point home favorites. Over Minnesota. I think this is a really interesting game, really interesting line. Interested to hear you guys Oh, that's what. No, I'll find it. It's Brad. You're up first here.
Yeah. So looks like Collier isn't going to play in this game. She's going to be out a couple weeks. So that's why the line's like this. For me, it's going to have to be the Storm. I'm probably just going to stay away from this game, though. I need to see a game for the Lynx without Collier just to see how they play. But if I had to go away, Lynx missing their best player, and I only had to lay 2 points with Seattle at home, that's the way I would go. Seattle did screw me over in the last game. Like I said, I did take them in the Fever, or against the Fever, and they lost that. So I'm kind of pissed at them. But if I had to go back to it, or what I should say is I would go back to them in this spot. So give me the Storm there. And then I'm going to take the Sun. I'm going to take the Sun plus all these points. You know, Phoenix was a team that was hot as hell. They looked like one of the best teams in the league. But if you look at their last few games, they really haven't been great. Like, yeah, you beat up on the Sky. You know, you got a nice little win against the Mystics. But other than that, they've kind of been like shit over the last month or so. So I think this could be a come out flat spot for Phoenix. Phoenix wins this game, but you're going to give me 15.5 points, 15 points. Yeah, I'll take those points. Give me the Sun.
Brian, how you feeling to close out the dub?
Yesterday, well, the biggest bet in the WNBA of the year is the Minnesota-Seattle game, so we can't do that one. But the Connecticut and Phoenix. Yesterday at like 6 o'clock, I recorded my sharp betting contrarian prediction, gave out the Connecticut Sun. But I got to say, you know, I'm allowed to change my mind the next day. And just looking at this line, I think I made an error. I think the Phoenix Mercury is the way to go because it's an awful hell of a lot of points. The Phoenix Mercury have been struggling, not covering number of last 2 of the last 3, 5 of the last 7. The Mercury have not covered. Connecticut has owned Phoenix Mercury over recent history, just covering and covering every single game. I think this is a circle game for Phoenix. They've got the talent. The Sun are still the worst team in the league, even though they beat the Liberty. So I'm going to change course on this one and take the Phoenix Mercury minus the 15.5.
I would lean towards the Mercury too. The Mercury are a team, when they play the best teams in the league, they're going to lose. But when they play the bad teams, I feel like they've done a good job of beating up on them. You know, they're that second tier team. They're not with the top tier, but they're not with the bottom. They're in that second tier. And that's just where they are. That's just who they are. I do feel a little nervous laying huge numbers with this team. The Connecticut Sun have been much better of recent covering these huge spreads. Earlier in the season, they were getting flooded. 20 plus, didn't matter. Fade them. And I kind of got that gut feeling about this one tonight. I don't like laying huge numbers with the Mercury. The Sun have been playing better, but tonight I think the Mercury win this game by like 25 plus. So we'll see.
Could be a 50-point win.
We've
seen those before.
It wouldn't shock me. Y'all know what else y'all have heard me say a lot this season? Y'all heard me say it in the NBA a lot too, where it's like, injuries don't move me. They don't. It's already baked into the line. It's already incorporated into it. And I've said no Caitlin, no problem. No Aja, no problem. No Inescu, no problem. No John Cole Jones, no problem. No Paige Beckers, no problem. I've said that again about all these teams, you know. So I don't think me saying no Breanna Stewart, no problem. No Nafisa Collier, no problem. I'm taking the best team in the WNBA, the Minnesota Lynx. I don't know. I don't believe I said it either, but they are. And I think they go and get it done tonight, even despite it. I hate fading Seattle at home. I'm well aware how good Seattle is at home. But wasn't it Seattle that handed Minnesota their first loss of the season? In Seattle? I think that was that game.
Yep.
So I was on Seattle in that game. I told you I was going to happen that game. And Brad was like, I remember Brad asked me when it was going to be. And I said it was going to be that Seattle game. He asked me like 5 days in advance, and I said it was gonna be that Seattle game. Remember, that's what happened. This time, I'm reversing course. No Collier, no problem. I think the Lynx got that in the back of their mind. They've just been a different team, monster and animal. Like, they've been that good. They've been that good. And I think they continue to be that good. I'm going to take them tonight. Chris?
Damn it, Jay. Hell.
You taking a Storm? That's crazy. I just knew you was on the link for
No,
that.
see here. So here's the thing. Like I agree with you a lot of times. It is baked into the line, 100%. But while I could get behind the thought that, you know, one player doesn't make a whole team, for me it is when you see the impact that Nafisa Collier's had on the Lynx this season. Like she's front runner in MVP for a reason. I think that, you know, I think it's just a huge loss. Have I been big on the Storm this season? Absolutely not. I think this team has been one of the more overrated teams in the WNBA this season, but it's a Storm team's coming off of back-to-back home losses. You know, I think they need to, you know, have a get right spot, and there's a chance to take one from, like you said, the best team in the WNBA when they're down. And for me, I just think being at home is going to be the difference here. I can't trust the Lynx without Nafisa Collier. If there was sort of a secondary piece, or, you know, a few secondary pieces, like Courtney Williams is fantastic, but I don't think she can carry the team on her own. Diamond Miller is supposed to be making her, Dejanay Carrington's supposed to be making her Lynx debut tonight, and Diamond Miller's going to be making her debut for the Wings. But I just think in Seattle, I think it's too much here. I think I got to take the money line with the Storm if you don't want to lay the 1.5. But it's definitely a tricky one for sure.
That's all, ladies and gentlemen. We did it. We made it. We cooked up all 20 sides, totals, let you guys know our thoughts, our opinions, how we see today's action playing out. We already told you where we're selling for the day, and those are our best plays, our favorite plays you can find over at PickDawgz Premium. This is a lot of people's favorite segment of the show. We call it parlay time, man. Parlay. Franchise, what you got for me?
Let's roll with. I gotta back to this here. Let's go with the Blue Jays team total over. Let's go with the Angels and the Red Sox run line.
Two-teamer, Rangers money line, White Sox team total over 2.5.
Brian?
Yeah, first time ever giving out a 5-game parlay here in the morning show, but I'm going to put $100 on the Pirates money line, Orioles money line, Braves money line, Nats money line, and then the Mercury laying the points.
5-teamer from Brian.
And I usually don't do that because parlays are just tossing your money into the garbage, but I like this one today, so I'm going to take a shot.
2 out of 5 ain't bad.
I'm all 5-0. I'm taking belt to ass tonight. 5-0.
I'm gonna go 2 dogs for y'all tonight. Brad style, Jovans style, 2 dogs. We're gonna go Pittsburgh Pirates and Mike. And we're gonna go with the Athletics. Sorry, Brian.
You're killing me.
I gotta take the second for the night. The homeless.
I'm surprised they didn't trade him to the starting pitcher to a team. You would think somebody would have wanted him.
Who, Mackenzie Gore?
Not Mackenzie Gore. Name slipping my mind. I should know him, the Yankees' former starter.
Severino?
What team?
Severino. Yeah, Severino.
Okay.
Somebody you would have thought would have wanted Severino, but maybe he's that bad. I don't know. Somebody traded for Chris Paddock, but they didn't trade for
Someone traded for Eric Fetty.
And Eric Fetty.
Somebody traded for Eric Fetty, so it tells you something to me. I don't know.
And Carlos Carrasco.
Did they trade him or they sign him?
Carlos Carrasco?
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know.
It doesn't matter. He plays
Yeah,
for
it
me.
doesn't matter. Someone picked him up.
We seen Dallas Keuchel out there. We see Gill out there. Appreciate y'all, man. Money Making Tuesday. We'll be back same time, same programming tomorrow. Wednesday show. Wednesdays with Ron the Don Romanelli, Mr. Rundown. So Be here or be square. See y'all then tomorrow. Chris, any final words before we get out of here?
Oh, sir, let's make it a winning day.
Brad, any final words?
Follow Pick Dawgz on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all that stuff.
Follow us on socials. Brad, leader of the social team, and he been killing it. Check it out. Brian, any final words before we get out of here?
I'm starving. Head to Chick-fil-A. Going to grab me some chicken nuggets and some honey mustard and some sweet tea. That's about it.
Give me a little BLT.
I might meet you over there. Appreciate y'all, man. We'll see y'all then. We out here. Make it a winning day. Aloha.